So guys, for me, Upwork has been the quickest, simplest, easiest way to go from like 0 to 2K and then 2K to 10K with my agency. And I'm going to break down exactly why it's my own personal favorite outreach method for social media and social media marketing agency, or any sort of agency that you're trying to run, whether that be Facebook ads, TikTok ads, Google ads. It doesn't even matter what service you're selling because it's all on Upwork. Now, again, just real quick for those that, I guess, that same dude in the comment section is gonna be like, oh, cold emails is way better, blah, 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 blah. I'm saying in my own personal opinion, this is my own personal opinion. This is not a fact. This is just my opinion. I just believe that Upwork outreach is my actual favorite outreach. I'm gonna break it down why. So Upwork outreach, like I said, has been instrumental. It's been the cornerstone of my social media marketing agency. And this is kind of like how I've used it first and foremost, just to give you guys and bring you guys up and I guess make you guys a little bit familiar. I almost put my friggin' eye out there. But guys, I'm literally gonna break down what I've been using Upwork for. So long story short, guys, I've been using Upwork, right, to stack up smaller ticket clients for literally since December 2019. It took me 15 days to actually get my first client on Upwork. And I was coming from doing like 20 emails a day, 20 Facebook messages a day, 20 Instagram DMs a day, and I was trying to connect with like 10 people as well per day on LinkedIn and stuff like that. So I went from doing all of that work, it was taking me like 6 or 7 hours, to literally doing Upwork outreach and getting like 10 extra results in like not even a tenth of the time. Literally, it was taking me about 45 minutes to an hour a day to actually complete my Upwork outreach when I was doing like 10 per day. It was actually taking me a little bit less, probably like 36 minutes to do about 10 outreach per day. Now it takes me about 45 minutes per day to do 15 outreach. But anyway, guys, it's been the most easiest, slickest, smoothest, just overall least time consuming method of landing clients on my social media marketing agency. Now I want to break down exactly why I say this is my favorite outreach. First and foremost, because of those reasons. It's the easiest I've actually found. You get the best reply rates. It's the simplest you can do. It's the least time consuming. Now guys, I've got a little bit of a kind of like note thing going on here to break down exactly why my Upwork outreach is the best. But again, the way how I've been using Upwork is stacking small ticket clients. That then generates me cash flow. I take that cash flow and invest into first line writers, which are then going to, reach out to e-com brands and get me higher ticket clients. That's exactly how I use this system. I am not affiliated with Upwork in any way, shape or form. I believe I have to say that in every single video, because like I said, that one of my videos got taken down. So I'm not affiliated in any way, shape or form. I just can vouch for the platform. So long story short, that hybrid system I just broke down is exactly what I teach inside Agency Transformation, my online 6-week kind of like educational program that teaches you how to build a 6-figure agency within 6 to 9 months or less using the hybrid system, an automated way of building it. If you guys are interested in that, obviously go below the links there. Long story short, now the reason, I guess number one, why I really love Upwork is, think about it. Upwork is a freelance platform, right? And clients on there have gone out of their own way to create what you call a client account. So Upwork has 2 different types of accounts. There's freelancer accounts and then there's client accounts. Technically, there's 3 different types of accounts you can have. There's also an agency account. We won't talk about agency accounts and never use agency accounts. There's a freelancer account where you go as a freelancer to try to apply to jobs and land jobs as a freelancer. Could be any sort of job, whether it would be like Japanese to English translation, or helping somebody grow their TikTok or run their Facebook ads. That would be what you would do if you want to go and offer a service and actually get paid for that service. Now there's clients accounts. A client account is basically what it sounds like on the tin. It's where a client with a business or some sort of thing they need help with goes and posts out what they need help with. So for example, if Johnny is a gym owner, we've got a guy called Johnny over here, is a gym owner, and he wants some social media posts done for him. He will go to Upwork, create a client account and post out, hey, my name is Johnny, I'm a gym owner and I'm looking for somebody to help me create posts on a day-to-day basis for my Instagram and help me grow a following. That's when you would go to as a freelancer and apply to Johnny's job, which is a client. Now think about this. The kind of route Johnny's had to go down is that he sold himself on the service already. So normally in SMMA, there's 2 hurdles, what I like to call the 2 hurdles. The 2 hurdles of SMMA are, number one, is the service something that's actually viable for their business? Do they believe in the service, basically? So if I'm trying to sell you Facebook ads, for example, do you actually believe in Facebook ads is actually a viable tool to kind of build your business, if you will? Viable tool. So the point I'm trying to make here is that like some people don't even believe in Facebook ads or social media. So trying to sell them that sort of stuff is literally like you're landing on deaf ears, if you will. So it's like you first and foremost have to sell them on the idea that social media and social media marketing and Facebook ads or whatever service it is you offer actually is a viable tool for their business. And for example, let's say a lot of business owners, they're old, right? They're middle-aged and stuff like that. They may just think that like TikTok is just for those singing and dancing videos that people do, those really wacky, untalented meme videos and like lip syncing videos. They may think it's all about that, or actually it's becoming, quite a popular place to actually advertise in. So they have to first of all believe your service. Then second of all, they have to believe that you, yourself, and your agency, if you will, is the right fit for them. Why should they? Okay, now they believe in TikTok, for example, and TikTok advertising. But the problem next is, why should they come to you for TikTok advertising and not the rest of the people that's, kind of offering that same service as you? What separates you from your competitors? That's the next part of the hurdles. Or those are the two hurdles. Now with Upwork, the first hurdle is completely completed for you. As in, these people, these clients have gone out of their own way to create a client account and then literally sat down on their keyboard and posted out a job listing saying, I want to hire somebody for Facebook advertising. I want to hire somebody for social media management. Now, if you think about this a little bit a little bit further and take this to the next step, if you will, think about a traditional kind of like sales funnel. You've got like awareness at the top. You've got like interest. So awareness, being aware of some sort of way to grow their business, which is social media. They've become aware of this social media. It doesn't matter how they've done it. Maybe they've watched some YouTube videos or heard a friend say that they've, started using social media marketing. It's helped them grow their gym business. So let's say we've got this Johnny guy. This is the kind of steps they go through. They first of all become aware of social media. They then become interested in that because they keep hearing it over and over and over and over again. So that awareness turns into interest. That interest eventually turns into desire. Desire then turns into, desire is when they actually want this now. They're like, okay, I've heard about all this social media stuff. Sounds really good to me. I actually want to figure out how to go about doing this myself or getting somebody to do this for me. So then what they do is they take action. The taking action is them going to Upwork, signing up for a client account and actually posting out the job listing, if you will. So that's them taking action. Then what happens is action turns into evaluation. So now when people, clients, I should say, post out a job on Upwork saying that they're looking for somebody to hire them. When a client says that they're actually looking to hire somebody for, social media management, people apply to that job. Then what they do is they evaluate all the applications that have come through to see who's the best fit. So what we're doing with Upwork is we're interjecting ourselves right at the bottom of the funnel. As in, we're actually going and applying to their job after they've taken action already. They've taken action themselves. They've come to their own conclusion themselves. That's the best thing. They're warm, extremely warm. The only time you can get a warmer lead in this is if it's like a referral or if you run Facebook ads, something like that. Which, as you can see, is absolutely just like ridiculously warm. Then what you do is you interject yourself at the bottom of the funnel in the evaluation stage. And if you know how to outcompete people, you're going to win every single time. So it's a warm traffic source. Now, let me ask you a question. Where is the best place, if you were selling hamburgers, right? Just, you got a hamburger stall. Where is the best place to set up your stall? The best place to set up your stall is to literally find where the hungry people are and just offer exactly what they want, which is food to hungry people. So this is literally why this method is one of my favorite methods. It's literally just finding where people are congregating or clients are congregating that actually want your service and then taking that service to them. So the best place, like I said, to sell hot dogs or a hot dog stand is to first of all find a hungry crowd and offer hot dogs to that hungry crowd. That's exactly what we're doing when we use Upwork. So let's go on to another point. Point number 2 is due to the filters on Upwork, right? Upwork literally has filters that allow you to set the level of competition that you're competing against. So when you actually type in, for example, social media and you find social media jobs relating to social media in that keyword, you can actually physically set filters to show you how many proposals or other people have actually quote unquote bidded on that particular job or applied to that particular job. So this will never actually be oversaturated. You can't do this with something like cold email. Cold email is very cold. You have to get them over these hurdles. They might not even know about your service or even believe in your service. So there's all these problems with cold emails and stuff like that. Now, cold email still does work, don't get me wrong. It's just that it's a much more slow, tedious, time-consuming way, if you will, like lead sourcing, prospecting, all that sort of stuff. I'll talk about that in a second. But long story short, as you can see, with Upwork, you literally have a filter on the left-hand side called number of proposals that you can actually use, and you can actually limit the amount of people that have applied to a said job, which basically means you can set your own competition level. You can tell Upwork to only show me jobs that have had 5 to 10 people apply to these jobs, and I can outcompete. All I have to do is be the one. I have to be the best one person out of 10. It's very easy to outcompete 10 different people. Like literally, you can do that very, very easily. If you can't, you're probably not supposed to be in SMMA, because if you're doing cold emails to like e-com brands, there's way more competition than that, put it that way. So long story short, you've got filters. Now, again, I just want to reiterate the next point. Upwork is quicker, faster, it's less time consuming, and it's easier to get through on a day-to-day basis when you actually do the outreach. Again, like I said, I do 15 outreach per day. It takes me 45 minutes per day. Now, the reasons for this are a couple of reasons. So let me compare that to emails though, just real quick before I get into the reasons. With cold emails, I'm not even joking, just to write the cold emails themselves, there's just the personalization, and do 10 of those, it would take me literally 1 hour and about 10 minutes. And that's without doing lead sourcing, without doing prospecting, because I already had the leads and them qualified already in a lead sheet. So all I had to do is write the personalized first lines. And it was still taking me, this was back when I was doing it manually, by the way, it was still taking me an hour and 10 minutes to do that. Whereas I was completing, 15 outreach on Upwork, in 45 minutes. So it's actually, I was doing more outreach in less time. And I was actually, that was when I didn't even have to do lead sourcing and prospecting. So if you add lead sourcing and prospecting back in, you guys know how tedious that is. So the reasons why Upwork is so much faster is obviously there's no need for lead sourcing. When you go to Upwork, the leads are literally lined up in literally a lead sheet for you already. There is no need to do prospecting. You don't need to qualify these businesses really, because they're literally telling you, I'm willing to pay $600 a month, $700 a month. My budget for this is $1,200 a month. They're showing you what they want as well. They're saying, I want social media management and I'm willing to pay this much and I'm ready right now. They literally put this in their job description. The personalization as well, when it comes to actually applying to jobs, is very, very quick and easy to do. You just regurgitate what they said, and you don't need to build out like this elaborate CRM system with like automatic follow-ups, integrating Zapier and like Slack or all these or like Pipedrive and stuff like that. You don't need to worry about all these additional software. You just literally go to Upwork, you type in social media, it's literally right there for you. Warm leads are literally given to you. It can't get any easier than that. It's literally within a list format as well. So all you do is just scroll past them and see which ones are a good fit and who's not a good fit, and you just apply to the jobs that are a good fit and have the right amount of budget and stuff like that. And what I also like about Upwork is there's a barrier of entry. So this is another point. There is actually a barrier of entry. And what I mean by that is, with cold emails, something like cold emails, any Tom, Dick or Harry, like I like to say, can go and grab a email for $12 a year. Literally costs $12 a year for an actual professional domain, aka a burner domain. I call them burner domains. Burner domains are basically emails you can send out and you don't mind burning them out. And then it costs like $4, it's actually $6 or something like that a month to actually send emails out. So as you can see, and anybody can do that. Literally anybody can go and grab a domain right now, pay $6 a month, and actually go and send emails to local businesses, real estate agents, e-com brands. You get a point I'm trying to make. So the barrier of entry is low. Whereas with Upwork, it's slightly more expensive in terms of you actually have to pay for connects in order to apply to jobs, which can be seen as a bad thing or it can be seen as a good thing. I see it as a good thing. The reason being is because that's a barrier of entry. That basically means when you want to outcompete somebody, you basically just need slightly more money than them. Because what's going to happen is people are going to fall off the bandwagon. They're going to try and send out 10 connects or 10 proposals. They're going to run out of connects. And if they don't believe in the process, if you will, they're going to quit and leave Upwork. Whereas if you stick around, you're going to outcompete them because you're putting more money in there, you're putting more skin in the game, if you will, and you believe it more, and you're going to reap the rewards more. There's never been a time where I've actually ever lost money on Upwork. Again, I'm not affiliated with Upwork in any way, shape or form. Really can just vouch for it. Now, another point a lot of gurus kind of miss out when they're explaining Upwork versus their outreach method, which normally is like cold emails, is that I found that with Upwork, there's no guessing games. Let me give you an example as to what I mean. When you go to Upwork and you see jobs, they're literally ready right there and then. They have the money. The business is already primed. You don't need to qualify them. You don't need to find the business owner's name. You don't need to find their contact details. You don't need to do any of that. They're literally ready for you right there and then. And the funny thing is, a lot of gurus actually miss out something called the buying window. So like when you, let me give you an example. When you are doing outreach, right, to businesses about SMMA, so about your services, should I say. And when you're actually reaching out to them, you're looking for certain criteria that makes them qualified. So for example, let's say you're reaching out to real estate agents. One of the criteria might be they need a Facebook pixel to show that they understand marketing, or maybe you look for businesses that don't have a Facebook pixel. Then what you do is you look to see how many staff members they have. That can be an indication to how much money they have as a business. This is a guess. It's an educated guess, but it's still a guess at the end of the day. And what I mean by that is when you look onto someone's business and you see that they've got 5 employees, and you're thinking 5 employees, if they can afford to pay 5 employees, they can probably afford my 1,000 per month service fee or my 1.5k service fee. Now that is an educated guess, but at the end of the day, it's still a guess. Because take a look at the whole pandemic, right? Let's say you was reaching out to real estate businesses and they had their website up. So you was doing your job every single day, lead sourcing and prospecting and looking for new leads and stuff like that. You could have come across easily. You probably did this if you was in a local lead gen business, if you will, like, you know, offering services to local businesses. You probably came across hundreds of businesses that were literally weeks away from going bankrupt due to the or shutting their doors for good, basically. Now you wouldn't know that because their website's still up on the actual internet. So you could have come across a real estate business, looked to see how many staff members they have, thinking, oh yeah, they've got 5 staff members, the website's still up, so they're probably still open. But behind the scenes, you don't know how well they're performing. Like, that all is a guessing game. And they could be a 10 out of 10 business as well. So first and foremost, that right there is a guessing game within itself. It's educated guessing, but at the end of the day, you're still guessing. With Upwork, there is no guessing. You don't need to guess. These people are literally saying, I have $500 for you right now if you do my social media management. Where's the guessing in that? There is no guessing. That's literally just straight, clear cut to the point. Let's go. I'm ready right now. There is no guessing. Not only that, but with Upwork, another thing the gurus miss out is that you could come across, right, a 10 out of 10 business. All your criteria, your qualifying metrics, if you will, your qualifying criteria could be met. You could get on a call with them, you could go to close them, they have the money, they're qualified, they're everything. And then they could literally turn around and say to you, now's not a good time because we've got this thing or that thing going on in the back end of our business. We love your service, we can afford it, but now's not a good time. Hit us back up in 6 months. That's happened to me many times. And it's just literally a matter of, it's just not a good time. And that's what you call the buying window. They're not in the right buying window. With Upwork, again, guess what? It eliminates this. They're always ready in the buying window. You don't need to worry about the buying window. They're literally posted the job out now saying that they're looking for somebody, $500 for some social media management, 10 posts a week, 10 posts a month, 20 posts a month, 30 posts a month, whatever it is. They're literally ready right there. There's no guessing games. Now, another benefit of Upwork as well over something like cold emails is there's no faffing about with like warming up emails or setting up lemon list. Like there is, I understand that those tools are very, very powerful if you know how to use them very like correctly and stuff like that. But I literally have students that have come into my program, Agency Transmutation, and they've literally closed $1,500 clients within their first 2 days. I've literally had a student come into the program, close a $2,600 deal, 90-day deal, within his first 3 days. By the time you actually buy a domain, put it into Lemlist to warm it up, because it takes around 21 days. It takes around anywhere between 14 and 21 days to actually warm up your email. And I do recommend warming your email up before you do cold outreach. So by the time you've even warmed up your email, I literally have students that have gone from 0 to making 2K per month, like profit, just straight flat out, within their first 2 weeks. So by the time you've even been able to warm up your email and not even sent a single email yet, I've literally got students going from 0 to 2K per month. I literally have students that have done 0 to 4K, close like a 4.1K per month client in literally their first 3 weeks. So by the time you've just only warmed up an email and just started doing outreach, you could have gone from 0 to 4K instead. So there's no faffing about. It's just straight to the point. Start Upwork, get accepted, and you start going in, and then doing your outreach. I've also found that Upwork's less disheartening as well. As in, like, you don't get a lot of replies back saying we're not interested. If they're just not interested, you just don't get a reply back, which is completely normal on Upwork. So when you actually apply to jobs and you put out your cover letter and stuff like that and you apply to jobs, there's not really people that just reply back to you and say, sorry, we're not interested. Because what they do instead is they just don't reply to you. So it's like you're not actually getting that negative feedback. Well, technically, sometimes negative feedback can be good, but as you can see, sometimes that it can be very disheartening. If you keep sending out emails, for example, and you're getting not interested, sometimes you actually get F-offs, like actually people just telling you to F off or like go away or take me off your list. You don't get any of those, like literally ever. I've never actually ever received one of those ever. And last but not least, Upwork has a long half-life. Number one, you can actually get inbound leads as well. So with Upwork, real quick, when you build out your profile and stuff like that, and you actually go public, people can actually come across your Upwork profile and actually invite you to their jobs. So not only can you go and get outbound leads where you're actually going and reaching out to people applying to jobs, aka applying to jobs, but you can actually get people actually invite you to their jobs. So you can actually get people come to you and actually invite you. So that's what you call an inbound lead. That's why I really love it. And last but not least, like I said, the half-life of Upwork. When it comes to Upwork, Upwork has a long half-life. This is something that a lot of people actually miss out. And what I mean by long half-life is, take a listen to this. When you send out a cold email and somebody reads that, that's pretty much done. It doesn't grow. It doesn't stay on the internet. Well, it stays in their inbox, but it doesn't grow and become a snowball effect is what I'm trying to say. With Upwork, the more you use your profile and the better results you get for clients, the more reviews you get and the more statistics you get, the bigger your profile grows. And then what you can actually do is grow your profile bigger and bigger and bigger, get better reviews, and that actually gives you more chances of landing clients. And it just literally is a positive reinforcement wheel from there on in. It becomes easier to close clients because you've got better stats. It becomes easier to get inbound leads as well. So more people actually invite you to jobs because your profile is much better. So that's why I really love Upwork over cold emails and stuff like that. Now, again, I'm not saying that it's the, not for a fact anyway. I'm not saying that like Upwork versus emails is for a fact that it is better. I'm just saying in my own, because there is no real best outreach method. What you have to do when it comes to your outreach methods is go to where your customers like to be communicated with. That right there is for the person in the comment section saying, this method's better than this. It's not actually better. It's just that you need to figure out what outreach method is the best to get in contact with your said industry or your said niche, if you will. So for example, like dentists, very difficult to cold call dentists and actually get the actual head dentist on the phone. Very difficult. Maybe they would prefer a LinkedIn message or a Facebook message or an email, for example, because they're very busy. They're extremely busy people. So as you can see, it just depends on what your niche is. But for me, I've just found overall the Upwork is easier. You get better reply rates, better response rates, easy to close clients. They're warmer. I've literally had students come into the actual program and literally close clients without even having a phone call with them. Like not even a discovery call. They literally close them through DMs. I've done this as well. I closed a 1.2K per month client way back in, this probably might be in 2020, way back in 2020. I remember actually closing a 1.2K per month client literally through DMs without even having to jump on a sales call with them. It's probably back on my channel somewhere. I think it was actually it was over 1K anyway, put it that way, $1,000 per month. But anyway, guys, I hope that you've enjoyed this. If you guys need any help with Upwork outreach or, cold emails and stuff like that, because I do both, I use a hybrid system of Upwork to cold emails to automate them, because cold emails does take a lot to actually close clients. I've actually found that for every 144 messages I send on Upwork, I'll close about one client or something like that, which is only, if I do 15 a day, that's 10 days worth of work. So you can close like 3 to 4 clients a month, which is pretty accurate, or 3 to 5 clients a month, which is pretty accurate. Whereas with cold emails, you're looking at about 500 plus emails per one client, which is absolutely insane. And that's even if you know what you're doing. Sometimes it can range to 1,000 emails for one client, or 750 emails for one client. And that's literally even if you're doing personalization as well. It's very difficult stuff to do, very difficult stuff to master, which is why you probably want higher numbers, more numbers, which is why I automate this and use a hybrid system. Anyway, guys, hope you've enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next video. If you need any help with, Upwork, cold emails, I do one-to-one, mentorship. So if you need my direct help, it's very, time consuming on my behalf, but I do like helping people actually scale their business. So that is available for you guys. Click the link below in the description section. I'll probably leave it as a pinned comment as well. Or if you want to jump into agency transformation and do it yourself, if you will, and take it, step by step and take it whenever you need to, as it's an online program, go and jump into agency transformation. I do recommend it because it is still 50% off. That being said though, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this and I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to drop a like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and if you got questions, DM me on Instagram. My handle is below in the description section. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.